Hello, and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You're gathered with us for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. Today is Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hip hip
Sammy, will you
hooray.
be my Valentine?
Sure. You're the first
There we
person to
go.
ask me.
Well, there you go. We should have CM and Anika any second. I'm surprised they're not here already. So Dolores is already here. Thank you, Dolores. We're happy you're here. We're gonna give it a couple minutes and see. We should have CM and Anika. So, Sammy, did you watch Raw and NXT?
I watched Raw. I'm currently watching NXT at the moment.
And what do you think about Raw? I didn't actually get to see it, so I haven't
I
watched it
really
yet.
enjoyed the segment with Sami Zayn. The
Uh,
Sami Zayn segment was very, very good.
yeah, like I said, I haven't gotten to see Raw yet, so can't really make any comment, and I haven't watched NXT. I will watch them both tomorrow, so um, I don't know where our cohorts are. Um, so if you're here joining us, thank you for joining Workhorse Wrestling Network. We are here at the Cookout, so grab a plate and a seat, and let's
Hmm
chop it up. We're going to talk obviously about power couples. You can see in the back. I'll remove it. I also have this. Somewhat innocent. Although I guess innocent is, to be fair, it's Stephanie McMahon. So there she is. I
What's
don't know where
up?
I don't know where the other one is. She should be coming anytime. I would imagine CM should be here anytime. But
All
welcome,
right.
welcome.
Man, I'm
Happy
getting these Hardee's
Valentine's Day.
commercials.
Everything's 14.
I
I
don't
already
I don't
asked
need
Sammy to be my
Splatoon yet.
Valentine. He said yes. So I don't have
Really,
any I
Sammy?
don't have any extra love for you. I'm sorry.
Really, Sammy?
He was the first person to ask me, so he got the yes.
Oh, first come, first serve. That's how we're doing.
First come, first serve.
Oh
Ramen too? You just not right to eat. Ooh,
my
you just
God!
too
Somebody
strong
quit
for
hitting the
that.
button. Yeah, yeah. Always hit the button at the same time. Forever, forever, forever.
What you doing
I
here?
don't ha-
Welcome.
I don't have any buttons. My laptop is out of commission.
Uh oh. So you're on your phone.
hmm
Yep, yep.
Um, if I turn this sideways, will it work?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
it does.
That's
Okay.
actually better. That's actually better.
Yes.
Because now we don't have the little black things on the side. No
Also,
doubt, no doubt.
AOW, I thought you were supposed to be not here.
Yeah. I told you the wife said it was okay.
Did you give her something? Did you give her a cookie?
So so I looked at her today and I said,
I didn't think that's how that.
Do I said, do I need to stop and get a card or something and some flowers? And she was like, come on, after 22 years, it's all good. And I was like, you weren't going to get me one either, right? And she was like, no. I was like, okay. So everything is fine. We're all good.
You're on the West Coast. Get her a cookie.
Edible arrangement.
An edible arrangement. Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that before. I've had a sexual work before and stuff. And so, yeah.
We good side chicks. We gonna tell you how to make your wife happy.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
What? His
Pause.
wife already told him.
Pause.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
His
I
wife
ain't nobody
already
side
said,
chick.
workforce ready.
She said, I ain't nobody's
I
side chick.
I didn't sign up for that either.
I already asked him to be my Valentine, so he is my side chick, so it's all good.
Oh,
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I am a side chick. Whatever.
no. ACM is not a part of that tribe.
Ah, come be part of my harem.
No.
See,
Noodles.
you made you took too far.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, so we're talking power. Did anyone have anything they want to say before we break into power couples?
So
I had
NXT
a
was tonight. It was something. So
It was something.
People
I
are
don't
talking
know.
about is HBK gonna go face Grayson Waller? No, that is not happening. Now, will someone fight HBK? Will someone fight for HBK? against Grayson Wilder? Yes. I think it should be Johnny Gargano. That'll be a cute match for Stand and Deliver.
You don't want to see HBK do one more match with Grayson Waller?
I didn't get HBK versus AJ Styles. Hell that nah, I don't want him versus Grayson Waller.
I mean, can Sean medically do it?
See, I already said that he's not wrestling. Ain't nobody said put some extra stank on it, okay?
He does have like that little.
What if he does it as Michael Higginbottom instead of HBK? Then is it okay?
I'm not in love with Michael Higginbottom. That's Rebecca's man, okay? HBK is retired. We're gonna move on.
Oh, goodness, ma'am.
I had a tough time. I had 8 names and I was just shuffling through them and I was like, all right, that one's out. All right, that one's out. All right, this one's out. All right, here's my 5.
So I had 12 people, but here's the thing. The thing is I still don't know. Like with all of these, I'm always lost. Like I never totally know exactly. Are we talking about just on screen? Are we talking about like in real life? Doesn't matter. Is it both? Is it whatever? So
whatever made an impact in wrestling.
I had fun with my list. I had fun with my list. So the 2 that missed out on being in the top 5, I had Dude Loving Everybody and I had Brother Loving Everybody.
Doris says, nah, Wesley, because Waller keeps describing Wes when he is in HBK's face. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that either. In all these scenarios, Waller should lose. Let's just make that sense.
Damn.
Just because you don't like Grayson Waller, or just
he's the no. It's not against those people. No.
Wesley is legit one of my favorite talents in NXT.
No doubt.
He's gotten better, but let him beat Von Wagner or someone like that.
Yeah, I think Melo's going to be the next one to beat Braun.
Breaker?
Yeah.
If that's not Stand and Deliver, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I agree.
I was thinking that Melo would go to the main roster before Braun would.
Yeah. But with everything, just have a plan for these guys. Please, just have a plan.
Melo's more ready, but I think Melo should have the title run with the NXT title first before he goes to the main roster.
It's a catch-22. I thought the same thing about Solo as well, but Solo.
But now he's doing so good on the main roster.
He's doing so good, so it's like
I partied too hard this weekend. I got a bump on my head. I broke my laptop, and my tailbone is bruised.
Oh my
God! If you want to see what you did this weekend, you know the True Hill Heat game ain't gonna switch. You got to be enough for the both of us.
Oh really?
It's a lie.
He don't even remember.
No.
We don't even know if we're gonna be allowed to come back. We tried.
SP3 said he was very happy. So.
Okay, cool.
We not letting you drink the equivalent of 30 shots again.
Okay.
I haven't watched the stream. I gotta watch the stream. That's a step.
I'll ensure I.
We gotta get your sister's phone numbers or your mama's phone numbers. It's not happening again. Okay.
All right. Set a limit. Got to stop at 20. All right. Got to stop at 20.
No,
don't go to 30.
On stream, 5 is enough.
Oh well, I mean, 10 won't even get me a buzz.
Okay, then 5 will be good for you then.
5 will be good for you. That's right.
Honey,
like a third of a buzz.
And he ate food before he drank. It was taco salad, tacos. It was
okay. So there was food before he.
Yes, it was delicious too.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I imagine our stream. Hopefully there, not hopefully, but I imagine there was food after it too.
It wasn't.
I mean, I'll be real. They was acting an ass on that stream, so it probably don't even matter that you was acting an ass. I just don't deal well with foolishness. And so I hopped out that stream before I said something I would hurt somebody's feelings.
Oh, the True Hill Heat Super Bowl watch along?
Yeah, I was in for a minute and then I left because I'm choosing peace.
Man,
Choose
watching
peace.
that game though, I just kept on saying to myself, they're doing what the Bengals did that beat us. Like I appreciate that the Chiefs were getting knocked left and right these last couple of years by the Bengals, and we did the Bengals strategy against us against the Eagles and won the Super Bowl.
Okay, that last. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you have this, Sammy. Even though that last call was booty. Okay, I'm gonna let you have this though. I'm gonna let you have this. Talking about some pass interference. What couldn't keep
Also,
call?
I find it really funny all the people online saying "Cry Eagles, cry."
Now I'll say this: Eagle fans are crazy, so I'm not really that impressed about Eagle fans. That call was booty.
I was happy the Chiefs won. Let's put it that way.
Of course you are. Yes, of course you are.
Cannot root for the Eagles in any way, shape, or form.
If it wasn't the Chiefs, I would have been rooting for the Bengals because the Bengals would have been the team in our place.
Right, no doubt.
Plus, I
All right.
respect a team that can beat us.
There you go. All right, so power couples, huh?
Yes.
Hold on. Yeah, I should have did the same thing. CM. I never thought I would get hit on by a drunk person online. Lord help me.
What was this?
That is why you have an old picture of me as my profile sheet.
Okay, hold up. Was this the Trill Hill Heat?
Super Bowl watch along, yeah.
Who was hitting on you, girl?
Don't snitch, Dolores. Don't snitch.
Put them on blast. Put them on
On
blast.
the screen.
You should. You could also just ask, like, was it a state? And
was it a state? Was it a state? Perhaps west of the Mississippi? Perhaps with a couple vowels in its name?
So,
Lord have mercy.
All right. So, power couples in wrestling. We're doing a top 5 list. Is that correct? So we're doing just 5. Is that correct?
Just 5. No honorable mentions, people.
Okay, no honorable mentions. So are we going to do our whole 5 or just one at a time?
One at a time.
I'll go first then. How about that? I'll put mine out there. Let me just get it up here real quick and I'll tell you. You all ain't going to like this. I know CM ain't going to like this. But this one is simply based on their current positioning and how over they are as talents in the world. They're a real life couple, and that's how most of mine actually are. That's how all mine are in the top 5, I'll be honest with you. But at number 5, I got Britt Baker and Adam Cole.
I don't mind Adam Cole.
I know, but you don't like Britt.
No, I don't, but I don't mind Adam Cole.
So, just because of where they're at, both professionally, they're both so over. They're both at the top of their, whether you think Britt Baker's a top women's wrestler or not, she's at the top of the women's division, whether you like that or not, or whether you think she deserves to be there or not, she is. And Adam Cole is Adam Cole, so.
I will say this, that match between them and Orange Punch, or Orange Cassidy and the Orange, same difference. Moving on. Orange Cassidy and Statlander, that was good. The only thing that was wrong was when she floated onto the table and Adam Cole went crazy. I'm like, dude, it barely was a crash. She is fine. Besides that match was dope. That match was pretty dope.
Who's going next?
Somebody else
gotta go.
I'll go next. For my number 5, I have Al Snow and the Head.
Same.
All right.
Because what does everybody need?
Head. That's a whole different direction than I went with the list. So I'm glad somebody went that direction.
The stuff that we were quoting in the Attitude Era. How did we get away with this crap? Have mercy.
Because the teachers also are watching wrestling and or showing their titties on TV.
That old one of them. You can't tell me one of those.
Because I recognized one of the ladies from the 90s at a teaching conference. It confirmed things. And I was like, girl, shouldn't you be retired? You was like 30, 40 then. She's like, no, it's like 23. I was like, ooh. Oh, 23.
God damn, that's fucked up.
I mean, okay, so teachers' conferences get real.
All right.
I think all conferences get lit. Just a matter of the level of
it wasn't even lit. We around kids all the time, so you gotta sugarcoat shit. And when you ain't gotta sugarcoat shit, you forget that you probably should sugarcoat some shit. Now how she just make what? See,
she must have technical difficulty because she's out from the whole studio.
I'll buy time. So I'm planning on enrolling in some online courses and getting a degree.
And what?
I don't know yet. Probably get an associate's degree in teaching. I think being a sub would be fun, especially since I'm planning on going overseas to teach English anyways, and that'd probably help with finding up a job.
don't do it.
But if I did teach, I'd probably only teach for like 5 years and then probably retire and become a chicken farmer.
You make more money now on this screen than you do being a teacher. And we not monetized.
No doubt. Never before have so few educated so many for so little.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never in my life been expected to provide my own materials for a job.
Yeah.
Even working, like even picking tobacco, like you had breaks. You could go pee. Were you a teacher? No, you can't. But
yeah,
go ahead.
It takes a special breed of person to be a teacher for sure. No matter what it is, whether it's little kids or junior high or high school. God knows I was a fucking piece of shit to every teacher I ever had, and none of them deserved it. Like, all they would do was try to do their job, and here I came, and I was only one of, hundreds in their lives that probably talked all kind of shit to them, disrespected them, you know what I mean? Like,
so it's never the kids. The kids are usually amazing. They are great. They are wonderful. You learn to love their faults, and they teach you a lot about yourself. It is literally the adults and the bureaucracy and the fact that these children deserve so much more, and that despite what you and your colleagues are fighting for, somebody who wants to make 6-7 figures in education is depriving a child of an opportunity they deserve because it would cost them $100 a week.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you can go ahead and go see him with your number 5, and hopefully Enrico will be back by the time you're done.
My number 5 was Al Snow because everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. But also, I have a part 2 to my number 5 in case somebody chose it. Perry Saturn and the Mop.
Again, you guys went in such a different direction than I went, but I love it.
Yeah.
We told you that we would go choose inanimate objects and people relationship. You just don't be listening to us.
I'm just boring.
No. I appreciate that you did that, ALW, because that gives us variety.
There you go.
But like Moppy and Perry Saturn actually set up a lot of different relationship dynamics and storylines that we didn't really get during the 90s. Because we had the death of Moppy and it was sad and it was whatever, but it's not like, it's kind of like what you expect to happen. It's not like, oh, I fed you your dog, or my daddy, or like Katie Vick. You knew that it's a wood chipper, it's Mob. Terry is jealous of this Mob because she's a beautiful woman and Perry Saturn doesn't want her.
Hey,
he was
progressive, right? He wore a dress and he loved an inanimate object. Before it was cool to do both.
Hmm? Before it was cool to do both.
Shade. Shady boots. Never talk about me being shady.
Oh.
Uh,
So we don't have Anika back yet. Should I just go ahead and go ahead?
Well, I can continue on for another minute. So
Alright.
I'm planning on bringing my guitar with me when I go to teach.
Uh-huh.
I think it'd be so fun, playing kids songs to teach English.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
overseas for sure.
Mhm.
that's the
No, I
best
think
way
you
to
should play
learn.
Raffi to high school kids.
Well,
I,
That's for
I,
sure.
I, I don't think I don't think high school kids are going to be into kids songs.
Actually, they are. Um,
Get a whole group of 12th graders singing "The Wheels on the Bus" and shit.
yeah, they will because their bodies are kids, but they're seen as adults. So those on the bus is a favorite.
just update that. Just update the beat, and that's it.
You
That's all
ain't
you
gotta
do.
do that. You could just like blurt out the wheels on the bus and they start singing it.
Hey, the whole country was singing "Baby Shark," right?
Hey.
Oh, that was a favorite.
For a minute, the whole country, adults, kids, everybody was singing "Baby Shark" for a minute. So.
Bubble Guppies is a favorite for whatever grade level.
Mhm.
We're
Like
going on a
Uh,
trip.
singing that out. My eyes kind
Thank
of
you, South Korea. Thank you.
But we're going
We
on
owe
a
you for
trip
that one.
All right,
to
Miss
my
Anika,
favorite
we need your
rocket
number
ship.
5.
Not for Baby Shark, because that was a hand game.
Oh, look
Huh?
it's to the
What?
sky, little. I'm sorry. Listen.
Oh, Baby Shark, like
Mhm.
Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, do do do
Mhm.
do,
It was a
Baby
hand
Shark.
game. Like I learned it in the 90s.
I love. No, someone said
Hmm.
it was on a TV show. Come on, that's back that thing up for little kids. Is that who did
It is, but like when I was in Girl Scouts, we learned Baby Shark, Mommy Shark, Daddy Shark, Grandma Shark, Grandpa Shark, and it was like running away swimming fast, and like you got eaten by the
Okay,
shark.
so talk to me. Grandma Shark is no teeth, right? That's why it's like this.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
So what's Grandpa Shark? Why is he no teeth but inverted? Like,
but like 'cause I can't get my arms big enough on the
okay,
to do that too.
all right, now I get it.
I look
All
at
right,
you.
Miss Anika, we need your number 5 power couple.
number 5. I'm going with the oldie but a goodie, Miss Elizabeth and the Brandy Macho Man Savage. Oh yeah.
That's on my list. That's on my list.
How did I know to put that up there for the thumbnail?
It's like, and then like the proposal, like the proposal is everything, especially when the commentators are like, "Come on, man, you can do it, you can do it. Will you marry me?" Oh,
Such a shame they got a divorce after that.
it was just they were so nice. It was yes, I loved it.
Wrestling's
Dude.
first couple, no doubt. Well, I mean,
And
like that on screen, like that in that regards.
Yes,
it's always Terrence from Florida. It's always a Terrence from Florida.
always.
Always Terrence from
Two
Florida,
man
fucking
power
shit
trip.
up,
Peter.
fucker. All right, so let's see. I'll go number 4 since I went first to 5. Again, I took this obviously way too serious, but I have again 2 wrestlers at the top of their areas, and they're a real life couple. I got Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
I will forever
Yeah.
hate before she turned back a baby face. We never got a YouTube video of the big time Becks and the Drip God picking out their outfits before Raw. That YouTube show would have been a hit. I would have loved to have seen that. Come on, man. It's so simple.
Dolores says Val Venus and Mrs. Yamaguchi-san. He was
Ooh.
going to lose his
It was
pirates
so
for her.
many times.
A choppy choppy pee
Like,
I love that Dick Togo.
Yeah.
Dick to go.
Go.
Dick Togo.
it's like
The first time I saw that name, I was like, what?
Yep. And SP3 loves to call him Evil Dick.
Like after all, you go to bed. So right before you go to bed, it's the dude with Chinese sword and naked man. I'm like, what the hell is that? All right, night night. What the hell? No, I don't want to go to bed. What? No. That's not right.
As for your choice, yeah.
I mean, again, I went with two people that are at the top of basically their occupations, and for all intents and purposes, I mean, they're a real life couple and a power
Speaking
couple,
of
right?
speaking of people on top of the occupation, my number 4, I got the man who in the 90s was the top of the tag team division, and here in modern day wrestling is once again in the top of pro wrestling in the tag team division. I am talking about the one, the only daddy ass Billy Gunn and Chuck.
I knew this was going to be on at least Sammy's list. I knew it was going to be on at least Sammy's list. It's probably on CM's list too.
I really have to question. I question were they married? Like how far is WWE? I was like, knowing what I know about Vince, like how much of this is real, Vince?
Man,
3 minutes.
in the words of Brian Griffin of Family Guy, whose leg do I have to hump to get Chuck into AEW?
I don't think that'll happen. They actually tried. Anthony Bowen spoke on that they tried, but Chuck wasn't available, so that's why they did the whole adoption thing.
Aww.
Because that was supposed to be his gift.
Oh, along with the other friends. Okay. That would have been hot, man. That would have been so cool.
My number 4 is Eddie Guerrero and China.
Yep.
Mama.
Because I like that for her. It gave her like an actual look storyline. She got to be feminine and have fun and just, be a great wrestler and have like a really good storyline for a little while. I appreciate it.
It's one of them things where they definitely did that as a joke, but it turned out so well. Like, are they really a couple? Oh my gosh, I love them together. Oh.
Yeah, and like you said, like even though Triple H and her were a couple, they were together. Like she wasn't given much. She wasn't treated very good by DX overall. Like at least not in my opinion.
And I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bit of those vibes with Dominic and Rhea in modern day wrestling. It kind of reminds me of those two.
It's so many times they missed the ball with Dom, and like y'all are not. It's like his dad is Eddie, his girlfriend's mommy is China. Why have no one written this out and put this on television?
Because if they talk about China, then it opens up a can of worms that Paul and Stephanie would prefer married, because then you start questioning how legal was it to fire Joni for you all doing what y'all did.
Like
actually putting her in a very unsafe working environment. I will not touch that one because there are allegations of abuse involved in that. So I'm not touching that. Plus, I think Matt Hardy and his group ain't shit. So I'm not good. But I do have a couple with you. I do mention Lita in my list.
Okay.
So who's your number? All right, Anika, who's number 3 on your list? Number 4 on your list.
Number 4, 2005 and 2006 was a very entertaining year because of this couple. Probably the only time that King of the Ring actually transformed a person into a megastar along with his queen, Sharmell.
Ah.
Queen Sharmell and
King Booker.
Like, it was so good. Where the accent come? Just But then when they got into stupid stuff,
One of the worst accents, but hysterical.
it came, but when they got into stupid stuff, they came out of it. Oh hell, back now, what's wrong with you? It's like, wait, hold up, where the accent go? Because now you face the Undertaker. We see this man. I loved it. I loved all of it, and I like it's one of the things from when they left. I think around 2007. And like we didn't have retirement matches yet, so it was just faded to the background. I'm like, where'd they go? Oh, you can't do this to me. But yes, 2006, 2007, even when like they didn't even have that yet, and she was just coming in, and she was just such a cool chick. It's like, what's wrong? He just called me gutter crap, and like it was gonna work regardless. But when he won King of the Ring, it just went up 5 notches to the point where it needed to be.
I do maintain that Kurt Angle could be what's his name? His dad, but he's also Gable's dad. I'm sorry, Charmel and Booker and Kurt Angle make Jason Jordan.
I was just gonna say Jason Jordan is the child of Charmel.
Yes. Like that whole storyline was like, what is Angle? What are you doing? Oh my gosh!
That word does not mean what you think it means.
We believed that. I believe that he was Jamaican.
I did too at first.
I did too. I didn't have. There is no evidence of he was not.
Right.
Well, it's that first facial features. That's a strong indicator he's not from Jamaica.
All right.
All right. Know what facial features for Jamaican are too.
I mean, he had.
Cheers.
He had the man. Sammy, is there liquor in that?
That cream soda?
Of course, there's liquor in that. It's Sammy.
This is moonshine.
Oh,
creamy moonshine.
Here we go. Sipping cream moonshine.
Cream.
You would think that bump on your head would teach you something.
I'm not drinking that much.
That's what you said on Saturday.
That's what you said on
I didn't say I wasn't drinking that much. I drank that an entire bottle.
You said, "Oh, this isn't that much. It won't hurt."
Blue says, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, my laptop is broken. I got a bruise on my tailbone and a giant bump on my head.
Did you at least make
how do you hit your tailbone?
So my number 3 is Anthony.
At some point, I fell over. At some point, I fell.
You told us that she was going to talk to Jesus on Sunday. What? Lord have mercy.
Man, yeah. I woke up like 9 a.m. on Sunday, and I was like, oh, man, I cannot go to church. I will vomit in the pew. I got to stay home today.
You could have made it. You could have gone to online church.
Just eat some coffee.
I got 4 hours more of sleep, and then I got ready for the Super Bowl party. And then I had margaritas.
Moving on.
Well, my number 3 has already been mentioned, so it's anticlimactic. I had Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth at number 3. So,
I really thought that was going to be your number 1.
Yeah, you probably think my number 2 and number 1 are boring in comparison to everyone else's. So, I mean, they're legitimate answers, but they're just boring. My list is boring in comparison to y'all.
No.
At least you put women on it this time.
Oh,
all right.
Here we go. Here we go. You're right. If you don't tell me women are included, I'm a sexist pig, and I guess by default I won't include.
There are no women on my list. There are no women on my list.
Which is rare for Sammy, because Sammy's always got women.
No, he always has Julia.
Well, there is that.
Hey. If you are not a fan of Julia, you are in the wrong, and you need to fix your ways.
Well, he said women. There's only one woman. But who's your number 3, Sammy?
My number 3 is Ciampa and Goldie.
Goldie's home. Goldie's home.
Now,
I have some questions about him and Goldie, but
there has been no one and nothing in the history of pro wrestling that could get you hit as quick as eyeballing Goldie.
man's move like Mercury.
Like Hey, no offense. At least he showed the championship respect. Unlike some people who want to get butterball naked and then still have a belt around their freaking waist. Gross. So that's why I'm like, I respect Goldie and Ciampa's relationship.
Fabulous,
At least it was
fabulous.
respectful and beautiful. Unlike other people who's just nasty.
Oh,
Happy
oh,
Valentine's Day.
oh,
just now
man.
caught
Now I'm thinking about sriracha. Oh,
With Sriracha.
oh, you weren't talking about sriracha? I thought you were talking about sriracha.
Well,
That was
Sriracha was the
AEW.
start of the trend, and that's why they had to get a new NXT women's belt
Mm.
once they found those videos.
They kept
And
the
this
same
was
title for too long. They should have changed that title out quicker.
well, see, they didn't know.
No, they didn't know.
At least with Sammy and Ty, like you had the illusion that it may not have gone down. With that, yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad.
That went from gold to a whole different color.
Sorry, I said anything. My bad. All right.
All right, CM, who you got at 3?
My number 3 is one person and then multiple partners because he's a whore. My number 3 is Punk Hassfield and the Divas.
Okay,
Thank
honestly,
you, Phil. Thank you.
I want to know what it was because when I heard it was him and Beth Phoenix, I'm like, wait, hold up, time out. What? When? Why? Huh? It was so many questions. I had so many questions.
In the words of the remix of Nelly, Tip Drew, it must be the tongue because it ain't your face. Or it must be the Richard because it ain't your face. But it wasn't just a Phoenix. Oh no. He took down all of his wife's favorite people. Lita, Maria, allegedly a Bella.
Which Bella?
You know a Bella.
I really don't. Wait, who?
Now, this time not the mom. Yeah. Yeah, he was a ho-ho. I'm like, so you don't do drugs and you don't drink, but your choice is
This is your thing.
Other people's women?
No, at the time they
Everybody
was
was single. He just
Oh, okay.
nasty. It was
and then some of them went on to find the loves of their lives, which I guess he's like a good luck Chuck type situation.
Good luck, Chuck.
That's an end movie, right? Where the guy ends like you date him and then you break up and then you find the love of your life.
Oh yeah. You're right.
a Bon Voyage dick. All right, this is the last ride. Now I'm going to commit a relationship. Okay.
Rebound.
You just made it so much worse. One my gosh, dick. One last ride.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't want to hear all that, so I've been just playing the song that's been stuck in my head all day during the monologue.
So
all right,
welcome,
Miss Anika,
y'all.
who you got at number 2 or number 3?
Welcome to the chaos. No, it's number 3.
I know, Anika, who you got at 3?
Okay, for my number 3, it pains me because real life crap is real life crap. That's why I don't be on social media like that. But on air, they were so cool, and she was my chick, and so I was all into it. Even the what? Ooh, wait, nope, still gonna go for it. Matt Hardy and Lita on screen. I was in Team Extreme, man. That was that group. And then the one SmackDown when they finally kissed, it was like, oh my god! I was all into it, all up and true. When for some reason Kane wanted to make a scene of his child, so he kidnapped and made Lita love him. It was just so weird. It was, but I did enjoy them, and just for that, even like I said, even in real life didn't work out. She might have. It was inevitable that she was going to be a star, but it did skyrocket her way faster that she joined Team Extreme, more so Matt Hardy. I loved them. They were dope on air. Leave the memories alone. Don't change a thing.
They were number 10 on my list.
Don't go on social media.
I had Lita and Jeff Hardy on my list before I had her and Matt Hardy.
Jeff Hardy on your list.
When she
and being quite honest,
back and she was trying to stop him, I'm like, oh, y'all need to write this out more. Not that they're together, but write it out more.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something, CM? To be honest, started to say to be honest.
To be honest, I got the vibes that they would have been a better couple.
Laura says Nikki and Cena reality show hooked me. He was crazy. Nikki and Dolph. Wish it was.
Oh, we know that was well known, boo.
Man.
Look, I might have to send you to a site where you can get all your tea and your needs met for wrestling.
Man, Braun Breaker better not be losing the title next week.
Who's he wrestling next week?
How did you get in there? How did you jump from left to right?
Sorry, I'm watching NXT right now.
And who is he facing next week?
You want spoilers? Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Don't
not lose to Jinder Mahal. God damn it.
He loves Jinder Mahal.
Braun better not be losing that title.
Who's my number 2?
He's your number 2.
My number 2. Again, I took this very literal. And this is, in theory, they should be number 1, but I went a little bit different for number 1. Vince and Linda McMahon. Like, I mean, there is no bigger...
Shoot!
Right? I mean, I can sit here and explain it. I mean, they've both been on TV, both in wrestling. Well, I guess not in a wrestling capacity, not Linda per se, but in the storyline on TV. They are who they are. I mean, she ran for senator, so she is what she is in her own little world. I mean, she's a bigwig, and he is Vince. I mean, in the scheme of things, they are in the real world of business, they are a power couple.
They're not even together. But like, what is it that you smoke?
Okay, sorry. They were a power couple. My bad. Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man aren't together anymore either, are they?
Well, they both dead. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, what are we talking about?
Then they were together and faithful for longer than Vince and Linda, particularly.
Well, faithful? Who knows?
Let's be real. Vince and Linda is a political marriage.
Oh yeah.
Well,
all the more reason that they're a power couple.
Not quite, because nobody expected his dad to actually admit that he was his dad, given that at that time he hadn't. But he had a lot of prospects, Vince did. He has a very savvy businessman.
Now, I will say this, that if nothing, that couple gave us the greatest pop of WrestleMania 2001.
Where when she got out of the wheelchair?
Linda was in the chair.
And she got out of the wheelchair.
Her son getting hit behind what? Vince was being cocky, rolled her in the ring. She stood up.
And smacked the shit out of him.
Wild. She kicks him in the dick. One of the best WrestleMania moments ever.
I agree with that. For sure.
I have never seen anybody so hyped.
Ooh.
Somebody get kicked in the dick.
A whole bunch of people, millions of people excited to see somebody get kicked in the dick.
No, I'm saying right here, right now. Like the pure joy.
It was just like, yes.
But did she hold him down? Or did she utilize the connections that he had to ensure that she never had to struggle to secure her political future again when she found her niche?
Probably. I mean, she saw a meal ticket and probably wrote it, but
I'm just saying, he has paid her back for what she did for him early on. That's how I can put that.
All right, Sammy, who you got at number 2?
I am going to withhold my number 2 because I'm pretty sure it's CM's number 1.
Okay.
What?
Oh, we all know.
I know.
my number
I
one.
already know what it is. I already
Everybody
know.
knows my number one. People that don't
Just
even
go
watch
ahead and
this
say it.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll go.
You want me to go ahead and say it?
Go
Yeah.
ahead and say it. Or pick another number two. Pick another number two. You got to have somebody. Either say you're number two or pick another number two.
Well, I got a number one that I have in reserve.
Go ahead. Say number one.
I'll say my number one. All right. My number one is
Now number two.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and beer.
I was gonna say the guy throwing the beer, but the beer too.
I was gonna say that he never, when he was performing, I never seen him drop that beer. He was more careful about his beer than Deborah getting freaking hit in the freaking ring.
Like Stone Cold turned heel on everybody except for that guy throwing him his beer.
If I could be so lucky in life to find someone who loves me half as much as Stone Cold Steve Austin loves beer.
Like, it's just such a moment. Like, I know a pastor who went to WrestleMania 2011. He was a freaking ref. Not even wrestling. But when he passed the cans open, why the pastor opened his arms and just like, yo, I got it that today. Because of that good of a relationship. It will never end. It will never fade. It will always be awesome. See, y'all make me really. Who did you get you?
They've both gone. I haven't. My number two is a friendship. It is the friendship between Trinity Tattoo, Mercedes Castellanado, and Pamela Martinez, aka Naomi, Mercedes Monet, and the support that those ladies give to each other, I love it.
It's yeah. And like we see that Miss Monet is getting what she wants, and hopefully sooner or later Naomi gets what she wants. And if you haven't seen them during the time where they were on wrestling, they were having a grand old time. I was just like, just alone watching them at Black Panther with New Day and and the Usos. I'm like, oh Lord,
they could have left the Usos at home, but we can take we can get right now.
Battle in the Valley this Saturday.
Yeah. And Elimination Chamber.
We're gonna be struggling on Saturday.
And GCW.
Wait,
we're not doing GCW.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
We're not doing GCW on Twitch at least.
We're not doing GCW. Well, I wasn't planning on doing it at all.
Are we doing Death Valley and Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, that was the plan.
I ain't missing Monet. Fuck a WWE.
We'll just watch them together. I mean, two of us can whatever. I mean, however we want to do it, but we can just do it on one stream for sure.
I might pull a nest, but I'll be there.
I don't think I can do both.
I think they'll be on at the same time, aren't they?
Because I don't know where my tablet is, and I broke my laptop.
Okay. Well, you can watch whichever one you can watch.
If you don't get the Geek Squad before Saturday,
I'll watch the other one or whatever. I mean,
go to Best Buy.
We'll figure it out, but we will be watching Battle in the Valley and Elimination Chamber. No doubt. No doubt.
If I can find my tablet, I will be watching both.
All right. Miss Anika, you're number two.
No, when we were talking about this Saturday, CM and Semi messed me up. So it's like, ooh, what's my number one? What's my number two?
Don't blame us. You should write that shit down.
No. I know what it is. I don't know who to choose. That's the thing. But you know what? Okay, I'll make a decision. Number two, the best storyline of 2000. At me if you want to. The power couple, the Triple H, a McMahon era, Triple H and Stephanie. Now, this is, I guess, They might have been shady, but that storyline was. I'm sorry, 2000. That's what I was. That's what I was tuning in to Raw for. I wanted to see what was happening, especially SummerSlam when Mr. Kurt Angle was trying to act like a best friend. I keep telling y'all about these doggone best friends who have hidden agendas, but y'all think they can be trusted. These ain't loyal. That the kiss before SummerSlam, dude finally kiss and concuss Stephanie, and then getting his head rammed in the freaking table by accident, but it made the match cooler. Yes, they were. Yes. And then when you find out it was real, 2006, the kiss. I was like, was it Raw 25th? I don't know. And like, oh my God, they're actually together in real life in 2009. The build up to WrestleMania. The match was subpar, should have been a DQ, but that build up was dope. That build up was hot with him and Randy Orton. And she got Lord have mercy, she got what you call it?
Cutters, RKO.
DDT.
Oh, DDT. That's right. Yep.
And then he kissed her. Then he handcuffed Triple H. It was a lot.
That's right.
God,
that was so one time good. I was rooting for Randy Orton that time.
Yeah, you wasn't. Come on, man.
I was so happy for that.
Every time I see them, I pop. I loved it. 2014, it would have been way better if they just, would have just cut them winning and beating people just by a little bit. Just by a little bit. The authority would have worked. Just by a little bit. Just let someone beat just by a little bit. I loved it. It was awesome. Yes.
So she took the wind out of my sails, but that's my number one is Stephanie Triple H. So
now, see, when you talk about political marriage, that's one. When you talk about marrying for the long haul, that's one. Your best friend gets her daddy, and you get her, bruh.
What? Hey! SP3 said it best. Triple H married Stephanie. He got a corporate job. Seth married Becky. He wasn't the main event.
Yep.
That wasn't right when he said that during the Saturday podcast, but it was hilarious when he said that. It was so good. It was
so that's my number one, obviously. So Sammy,
yes!
You want to? Oh, you already gave us your number one. I guess give us your number two that you think is CM's number one.
No. CM can do her number one, but first I would like to take this moment to tell y'all I just saw a commercial for caffeine shampoo. Why are we putting caffeine in shampoo?
Caffeine invigorates your invigorates your
hair follicles.
We'll call it your scalp for growth, or that's what they say it's supposed to do.
It's the same thing as oiling your scalp. It's supposed to provide moisture, but oil literally repels water.
Right.
So that don't make sense.
So what I have done is I have put coconut oil in my hair, wrapped it up, and left it overnight, and slept with my head wrapped up. I have done that before.
Yeah, I used to oil and grease my hair, and then I realized that don't quite make sense to put something that blocks moisture out in my hair when I need moisture.
Is it really like that? Is Chamber first and then Battle in the Valley? Time-wise? I mean, I don't doubt Dolores. I'm just saying. I thought they were at the same time, but...
I think the Death Valley does start at 10. So when Elimination Chamber begins, it probably does begin. Probably be a 10-minute crossover.
Interesting.
Because it's happening in LA. Meanwhile, Elimination Chamber is happening in Montreal.
San Jose,
yeah.
But yeah.
That makes sense.
San Jose.
Yeah. It's West Coast time. So yeah, 7 p.m. probably West Coast time. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So Sam, I guess you got to give us your number one since Sammy's not going to give us his number one.
I thought he did.
Well, he did,
number
but
I'm not giving my
number
two.
Number two because he thinks it's going to spoil your number one.
Okay. So my number one, if you've been here for a little while, or if you've ever heard me or seen me on anything else, my number one.
Hold on, can we guess first? Hold on. Can we guess first? Can I guess?
I mean, if you get it wrong, I'm gonna just remove you from the stream.
But if I'm right, does it ruin it? If I'm right, does it ruin it?
No, because I have a whole diatribe about it. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yay!
It is the Golden Lovers. I don't apologize for it. It's not my fault that they made that freaking New Japan Pro Wrestling and Noah and DDT. They collaborated to make the best love story because these men were young lions together. They fought together. They were best friends. They make this tag team called the Golden Lovers, and then Kenny goes bad. He meets the Young Bucks, and they are good Christian boys, but they are not good for Kenny because they get Kenny to turn on Coda, and we're all emotional, and there's different parts of like their careers that go into it. And then when Cody Devontae Rhodes reveals he is in fact the heel that we know that he is. And everyone turns on Kenny because Kenny is like, you do know that heel is a heel, right? You know that I know that you know that you a heel, right? When everybody turned on him and being the elite, there was a knock on the door. And there was one person who knew and who loved him through it. And it was Kota Ibushi. And then they reunited. And
that's right.
Beautiful. And to this day, we're not quite sure if they were together.
And here's them reuniting.
We've hinted that they are together.
Ooh, that good back scratch.
That ain't no good so good. But if you go to YouTube after you watch us, and just type in the Golden Lovers Reunite, there's multiple videos. There's actually the saga of the Golden Lovers. I'm trying to find the exact BTE that it occurs. I believe it is BTE 115 or thereabouts. Where they come back together. But
I mean, if you were to tell me they secretly got married a couple years ago, I totally believe you.
I don't think they're secretly married, but I do think that when Coda comes over, things might speed up a little bit. And yet, for some people who may be homophobic, it may be too much, but they don't do anything over. But it really is a story of, you know, them growing from best friends to being perceived as a couple, and like the dynamics of that, and like how work can drive you apart but also bring you back together. And it is just so beautiful. It is beautiful. But y'all laughing, but it really, like, no. Wrestling has a lot of issues, namely Vince McMahon, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I would just like to once again apologize for not having a single woman on my list.
Your list was fine. It actually was.
Your list was fine.
It was really great.
All right. So, CM, you got a clown of the week?
Hold on, we haven't got everybody. We still have one.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Miss Anika's number one. I'm
just saying. I mean, Dad.
My bad.
No, it is kind of hard to follow that though. I'm gonna try. So, Triple H and Stephanie were going to be my number one, but we were talking about this on our the stream on Saturday, and the Golden Lovers came up, and I like that was not the only duo. Not you know, we're best friends. We're going through it. Through thick and thin, no matter what. So, as much as I love Triple H and Stephanie, there's just this one team that will always be together.
Is it this team?
It's not.
Okay.
Full HBK and Triple H.
You're not wrong.
It's like through thick and thin.
It takes a special kind of love to spend years of your life turning somebody over on their side to make sure that they don't die in their sleep.
Is that level, is that long-term planning to ensure that when you are ready to smash the boss's daughter, the boss is preoccupied with his boy toy? I ask you.
Hey, I want that kind of friend. That friend when I say, hey, I need an inside person to drop this now so we can get this crackhead off the freaking books for a couple of days. So I can be the captain of this creative team. I got you. Just give me the link and I will give it to the people and this nigga will go home. Yes, you need that kind of friend. That kind of friend when Sunny dumps you and then unsuspiciously there's some ham on her dough. There's a couple of days afterwards. That's the friends you need. Those friends that's like, all right, we gonna split up. We gonna split up. Someone go to the WCW. Some people gonna be with me. Who gonna be with me? I'ma ride with you. We gonna be together. That friend that after he breaks his back retires and he does commentary. You know what, friend? I got you. Girl over here. Show me your boobs. My friend's doing the commentary. Show me your boobs. And she shows a freaking boob for D-Generation X. That's the friend's doing commentary. That's the kind of friend you want. It has been going up and down. Battle for battle. They are for life. And now, NXT, WWE, it's not, okay. So we had a hiccup with Vince coming back. But you know what? If we're going out in a blaze of glory. TX, Triple H and HBK for life.
Therein lies the difference between Japanese wrestling and Western wrestling. Western wrestling, you have all that with drugs and shit. Japanese wrestling, you have pure love and happiness. To respond to your stuff, Kenny is notoriously private about his personal life whatsoever. Although we have seen glances of people he's been involved with, but he's played it off in a way that we never quite know until years later. So it also might have been a family member because he doesn't like anybody except for like essentially his uncle to be on TV with him like that from his family.
Interesting.
And yes, I do have a clown of the week.
All right. Well, let's give you the stage.
Hold on. Wait.
Okay. What?
Are you saying to me?
So about what you were saying about Shawn Michaels, like when you think about back in that time, like why would Vince choose Shawn over Brett? Like Brett, like willingly being like, yeah, I'll take less money. You can pay me less. I want to stay here with you, Vince. And then being like, no, Brett, we got to get rid of you. We need that money.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because I have a suspicion that he's part of the reason that Kota Ibushi hasn't been worried so much about his mother. But in relation to that, he's a sexy boy. Why would you choose Brett over sexy boy? Yes, Miss Wilson, why would you choose Brett over sexy boy?
Why would I what?
Why would you, as Vince, choose Brett over a sexy boy? That's not your boy toy.
You know what? Your allegations are treacherous. There is no evidence of this defamation, and I will not have it on this stream, Miss BL.
There's no evidence?
I don't want it. I don't want the evidence.
Are you sure there's no evidence?
I'm pretty sure I don't want the information. I'm fine with having the information.
Attorney Wilson, are you sure you want to say that? Because when you find out things, you cannot unfind them out.
That's why I said I don't want you keep wanting to give me this information. I don't want this information.
There is a reason that Shawn Michaels was really good at playing the imaginary skin flute.
Hey.
Hold on for 1 sec.
penis energy. Little penis energy.
Yes.
Look, going back and looking now, I'm just like,
of 2006. Yes.
you are horrible children. You know that? Who used to do that? You are horrible children.
Hey, some people want love stories and all beautiful Guns and Roses. I want the Down with the Blaze of Glory. That's what I want with my love stories of dudes. Yes.
So you want your love stories to involve suck it. Okay. All right then.
I ain't gonna be no just golden flowers and nicer fancies and betrayals.
You said suck it, so I have to.
You're not gonna suck the life out of me because I'm not gonna let it happen. But if you are looking for something to suck, well, guess what? Well, okay.
Well, I guess the video froze.
Jericho did look like he wanted to slug on the wall like corn on the hot.
All right. Are we ready for CM's Clown of the Week? All right. We need a little music to bring in CM's Clown of the Week. We'll have to work.
Actually, let me see if I can find it.
You raggedy bitch. You raggedy bitch.
Yes. My clown of the week is going to multiple people. We're going to start off with Mr. Conan. Blue, we ain't a family friendly show. Don't start that shit. We ain't family friendly. So Conan had a lot to say about Takeshita giving honor to Eddie Guerrero and doing the frog splash and doing the shimmy before the frog splash because that's not his ethnicity. That's not his culture. But Conan, you Cuban. Why you rolling out here like you a whole Mexican and giving rise to a stereotype? Conan? Jealousy, friend, is not a good look. If you have a mediocre career, be upset about your mediocre career. That is no one's choice but your own. You could have put in the work and the effort and rose to the top, but instead you allowed everything else to get in your way, and now you want to bitch and moan about it. So get with it or get gone, because no one cares, Conan. You're going the way of Disco Inferno. Don't be a Disco Inferno. Shit, if you gotta be anybody, be Jim Cornette, because at least we give a flying fuck about his opinion. Or you could be like Dutch Mantel and tell your truth in a way that doesn't get you kicked out from locker rooms and have everybody talking about you like you're a rabid dog. You got options, friend. However, hating on someone because they give homage to one of the greatest to ever do it is not a good look. You look silly, you look petty, you look foolish. You look like those things most of the time. However, it's even worse when you get online and do it. The other people who will be getting my clown of the week. See, Dolores, I ain't even gonna touch that one. When it comes to legal stuff, I ain't touching it. Because me and my lawyer have other things to worry about besides wrestling shit. Enough of my money goes to that, and I don't have time for that. So, other part of the clown of the week are all those wrestling fans, and of course, Warner Media and the cancel culture people who just hated Jay Briscoe and just talked about him like a dog, said all these horrible things, refused to see the growth in that man. Yet, they are super excited to see Seth Rollins. They are ecstatic to see Chris Jericho. But more importantly, they are ready to buy their tickets to see The Flash. And why does that matter? Because Seth Rollins knowingly bought a Nazi on WWE TV. But we're not allowed to talk about that. But, he knew. At that point, she was a Nazi. Chris Jericho has donated a lot of money to the Trumps. Not to mention that there is photographic evidence of his wife and his nanny at the insurrection. And how would they ever earn the money to get there? I wonder. And we talk about the Flash and how excited we are to see Batman. This Ezra Miller person has a whole slew of kidnapping allegations, amongst other allegations, including potentially harm to children by having them around things that go pew pew and the things that make the pew pew go pew pew in kids' mouths. And we're excited about that. We think that's fun. We're so happy. But we can't have Jay Briscoe honored. We have to delay that. We have to look into that. But we can release things. We can have Chris Jericho on our ads. We can do all these wonderful things. And people support it. Now, I look a bit hypocritical because I still support AEW, but that's because of this channel. Because before this, I had gone like 6 months just watching True Heel Heat and catching the recaps because I quite frankly was not cool with Cokehead Khan and the things he said about Big Squall. However, I'm gonna be nice. I do appreciate CHK for the things that he did for Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, amongst others. However, Warner Media, fans of canceling folks, just a little reminder, Robert Kelly didn't start off snatching little girls and peeing on men. It led up to it by enabling it. Be careful who you enable. So those are my multiple clowns of the week. Hopefully, hopefully, we have a more peaceful week in wrestling this week. I doubt it, because somebody's gonna say some fucked up shit soon.
I'm gonna say something. 4 of the top 5 splashes in wrestling weren't done by a Latino. 4 of the top 5.
Eddie was the best of them.
Yeah. And Eddie's the only one who's Latino.
That we know of, because wrestling has multiple ethnicities and families. If you all have not been on Twitter, there is like a running like meme thing of like wrestling has more than one family, and it pulls all the wrestlers with like the same last name as their like ring names together. So there's Matt Morgan, Liv Morgan, there's the Andersons. There's like there's so many of them that you it's like new generation, old generation. It's really cool.
That's funny.
I'll gladly run down the list though, if y'all want to hear it.
Sure.
So we got Eddie Guerrero, we got Montez Ford, we got RVD, we got Jimmy Snuka, and we got main event Jey Uso.
Do we have Jimmy Snuka on the list?
He made it look good. I don't want him to be on the list either, but he made that splash look good.
Splash. Like he was just
Well, Sammy did say splash, but I don't.
I'm sorry. They were included to a frog splash.
I mean, we do allow Benoit up here, so yeah. Okay. And he did unallow at least one person, so. Well, we have to be fair. Fair is fair.
Yeah. Let's be clear. I'm excited to see Michael Keaton in the bat suit. That's what I'm excited about. I don't give a flying flip about Flash. And they could have done the whole I'll call it multiverse with just Batman, and I would have been cool.
I mean, like, they could be like killing him off at the end, or recasting him at the end, or they could do 1,000 different things because he's rewriting the timeline.
allegedly they will be recasting the Flash after this. However, my point is they have been silent for 2 years on this, and it's been multiple offenses. Ezra Miller was literally terrorizing Hawaiians, like running into people's houses and fighting them, like a whole bunch of shit that was happening, and there was no comment on it. And it's just like, okay, at what point do we just say no? And their whole, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, they invested a lot of money in this, and it's like they had a whole finished Batgirl movie, and it got
no.
They could have canned Velma season 1 and got all that money back.
No, it was a movie with oh Lord, yeah, dude, what's his name? Oh gosh, okay, basically it was a whole freaking movie. Well, there you go, Spacey. And when they found out the allegations happened, they recast all of his parts. So don't say it's not possible. But case in point, La La Land is crazy. Y'all think y'all want to live in Hollywood? Y'all really need to think twice, because La La Land is crazy.
I have no desire to live in Hollywood. I have heard the stories. I watched Real Housewives.
I watched Real Housewives.
I watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Kim Richards was up there along with Lisa Rinna, and they were talking about some things that happened in the industry, and I was just like, and that's the reason I see my children on things if I can help it.
And the apology that Spacey made just made me even madder.
Yeah.
Like,
moving on.
Oh, you don't want me to say it? Okay.
No.
I won't say it.
Moving on.
He hurt one of my favorite Broadway singers. I'm a huge Rent fan. He hurt Mark from Rent. And for that, I want justice.
And like you said, just come on with the Briscoe stuff, people.
Did Patrick Spacey even actually apologize, or did he do "I'm sorry" because I'm trying to think. I'm thinking back to that apology, and I feel like
he was going on about him being gay, and it's like, it's not about you being gay that's the issue. It's about you grooming young boys. That's the issue. Like, don't conflate being gay with grooming kids. It's not the same.
Moving on.
I do have a response for that, but it might make some people upset.
I mean, we don't care, but
I mean, we upset by that, and then we should also actually have a discussion about the origin of Christmas and why we celebrate it when we celebrate it, and talk about that shit. But
that's a conversation y'all can have without me.
Why, Mr.
Because I like Christmas, and I'm not letting y'all fuck it up for me. I don't care if I'm a Jew like Christmas. I don't care if it has anything to do with religious reasons or not. And I'm not letting y'all fuck it up for me. So y'all can badmouth Christmas all you want when I'm not around.
But be realistic about
I don't care why it is. I like December 25th when everyone gives presents to everybody else and has a Christmas tree and has a good fucking time.
You see, my Christmas tree's still up, but that's mostly because I'm lazy.
I don't give a fuck about where it comes from or none of that shit. I don't care.
I've said before, I like Christmas. I don't think it's in my top 5 favorite holidays, but I like Christmas.
I like Christmas now. My parents didn't celebrate it because our first grandbaby was born. It was like, no, this is not about trees and presents. It's about Jesus. That first grandbaby was born. We can get a tree. We can get a. I'm like, really? My whole childhood, I had to just straight up move and get dinner, and because this little second generation here, now we won't do it upright. I feel some type of way.
The first grandbaby is always the child they wanted. So we just the children they had to get the child they wanted. Ain't that right, LW?
100%. 100%. My grandson is way more important than my kids now.
My parents admitted it to me, and I was slightly hurt, but I still love them.
He is the future.
My nieces are amazing, so I understand that. And I was an asshole, so they deserve that.
Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to have a kid, and maybe I'll be lucky enough that that kid will have a kid, and I'll get to tell you how much I love my grandkid.
Like, I'm not pressed about it, but just don't tell me. Just don't tell me.
You want them to be honest.
No, I don't.
No, it's not fuck them kids. That's technically what me and Anika are saying over here, because it hurts. Oh, it hurts to know that you are the child that they just had and kept so that you could have children to make them.
I'm with Blue. Fuck them kids. All them kids.
All right.
Accept it. Anybody got
this should be good.
What are you watching?
He's watching NXT.
No.
The main event.
Roxy and Mako Satomura.
Anything Mako Satomura is going to be good.
You're going to enjoy that.
Yep.
Well, I'm also a big fan of Roxy. So
I think she's young. She's not old.
Mako is kind of old.
Is she really?
I think she's 30, 40, I think.
Let's see if we can find out.
I'm like, she is thick, but she is throwing them kids like she is only $1.25.
Oh, holy shit. She's 43. 43.
I was about to say, she and Oscar are around the same age.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Not sure if I can say that joke, but yes. Melanin helps. We'll say that.
Also, how the hell does Asuka look so freaking good for her age? Like,
right?
Oh, Asuka's beautiful. Asuka's drop dead gorgeous.
Because Asuka came into wrestling late, and she played video games before she came into wrestling. Ding.
Ice skater too.
Well, I don't know about her personal life, but a lot of these motherfuckers are hard on their bodies. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Asuka's
partying all night
one
and
of
every
those
day
rare
is hard
people.
on the motherfucking body.
Well, see, when Asuka came into the wrestling industry, she already had a family, so that helped her stay grounded as well. Which we would have never found out if Charlotte had not dropped beans. So thanks, Ashley, for dropping that tea.
Yeah, Asuka's one of those weird people that look better at 40 than they did at 30. Like, I don't understand it.
Mizzou's smoking something because Asuka has always been one that you just be like, "Hey, girl, how you smoking?"
Fair enough.
But like, I will say this: when it comes to makeup and stuff, that goes with age and experience. You know, when you first started doing it, you try to be pretty. It's like, all right, I'm just choose something close to my skin color. But now you grow up. Oh, okay, this meshes more. Oh, okay, I have highlights. Oh, snap, that is not. I'm saying J-Lo as a fly girl. I'm not sure who's doing her makeup, but J-Lo now looks way better. I will say that.
J-Lo had cosmetic surgery. And when you talk about makeup, I have no idea what you're talking about. Just
because Asuka wears face paint. She doesn't wear makeup. She wears face paint.
No, I'm just saying, like when you it's a couple of times. Like basically with J-Lo, when she was a fly girl, no, her makeup, she was white. I'm like, this does not match her complexion at all. But
she was white. She didn't start getting tan until she started getting tanner and taking roles as a Latina.
I need to see the baby pictures because that makeup didn't look right.
When you go look at her old stuff, like up until some years,
can you stop, please, Mr. Cat? Fuck.
I had a mouthful of water and I almost spit it out.
What? She has had multiple plastic surgery. She goes to get a tan. Like, this is well known.
All right. It's almost midnight. Let's wrap this up.
All right, Miss CM, you can go on and take us out.
So, we did not get fully ratchet tonight because we love all.
Can you wave?
Hi. Hi.
Do I get a kiss
your
tonight?
mom and daddy. It's just about
it's
you.
kind of gonna be okay. We're gonna wrap this up for you, sweetie. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So cute. She's so cute.
I love you.
Mom and daddy.
Yes, shower the children in love and affection. Yes, we love it. Okay, so see. But you know, when my two come out, I go off camera because they They are their mother's children.
Someday we gonna see your kids on camera. Someday I want to see them kids on camera.
When they are old enough to understand and give their consent to be on YouTube, yes. Otherwise, no.
Just look at that head.
No.
Look at the head.
No.
All right.
Because then somebody might try me on my children, and then y'all ain't gonna see me no more.
We got your back. I'm sorry. Okay.
All right.
Close it out.
Ayo, it's gonna be wild next year when I'm doing these streams at 7 a.m.
We gonna wake up Sammy like, hey Sammy, how you doing? All right, okay. I'm good because I'm gonna get us out of here before it turns into Wednesday. So you can catch us live here at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Cookout every Tuesday. We come together, we talk about wrestling, we get off topic, talk about life, get back on topic for wrestling, and then ratchetness ensues. Can't help it. You love to love us for that. You can also find us live starting normally at 8 p.m. Eastern with these two people at the bottom right here. These adorable people. How can you not watch them at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays for Friday Night SmackDown? AOW comes in around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I come on for AEW Rampage because I'm not watching that shit if I can help it. However, this Friday, February 7th, is it the 17th?
Yes,
Yeah.
17th. We are starting an hour early at 7 p.m. Eastern for our Rampage watch along. It will be live. It will be potentially ratchet. Who knows what will happen? And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be watching. Let me phrase it. They'll be watching WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Now, on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, we drop a recorded Under the Radar where we talk about AEW Dark Elevation, Impact, MLW, and BTE. Catch up on all the things you need to know going forward. Put those storylines together. Now, this Saturday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern,
Yes.
we will be live for WWE's
Elimination Chamber.
And we will continue on to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, Battle of the Valley. You will see ratchetness like you have never seen on because we're going to be tired as shit doing this.
May the best person stay up.
May the best person stay up.
Sammy's going to be the only one that stays up. The rest of us is going to be tapped out. Like, but you can find us here live on those days that I mentioned. Additionally, you can also follow.
I'm on that New Japan time.
You can also join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, talk to us, interact with us, share us out with your friends so that we can continue to grow. We're at like 60 folks here on our YouTube. Our good friend, my boy Blue, has hit over 50 subscribers on Twitch. So we are happy. We are growing. We are thriving. It is a wonderful season. And that is it. And that is all for tonight's Cookout on Workhorse Wrestling Network. We love you. Stay safe. Stay amazing. Wrap it for you tap it. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
I gotta get this song out of my head.